Turning to the in-ring stuff in AWA, we'll start out with probably the most famous match that you had in AWA, that bloodbath against Buddy Rose and Doug Summers. I think it's on the Shawn Michaels DVD that WWF just put out too. Yeah. What are your memories of that match?
That the very first thing that comes to mind when I think about it is how Shawn was so damn scared because he couldn't get his blade out. He come over and goes, I can't get it out. What the hell do I do? I was like, settle down. He was so nervous. I started getting nervous. I mean, it was I don't know that I'm sure he had juiced before that, but I mean, I think.
Was that the first time you guys juiced in AWA?
I don't know.
Okay.
Honestly, probably. No, but I don't know that for sure.
No.
But I just remember him coming over to me. And if you watch that video, you'll see when he's over, we're talking. It's right after the couple of nice little spots he does with whoever, Buddy, where we got a couple near falls. Then it was time to get the juice, and he comes right over to me. If you ever see that again, you watch. He's talking. He's just, you look at it. He's fumbling around the wrist. He's panicking. He's like, I can't get it. What the hell? Give me your blade. I was like, settle down. Just take it easy. No, I can't get it out. He's like, oh God. And but it ended up, he got everything was fine. But too, if you watch that next time you watch that, it was funny. Maybe he had juice for it. I don't know. Because I remember when he went out to the floor to get it, if you remember, he had his head under the ring. He was completely, like an ostrich with his head and all, which I was like, oh my God, don't make it too obvious, right? And then he comes out with the blood out from underneath his head and thing with blood. But I loved that match. I mean, because it was the bloodbath. It was just something to it. Working with Buddy and Doug was a pleasure. It's like the grapplers were our mentors at that point in our career for me and Tommy Rogers. I don't know if Shawn got to work with him, but Buddy and Doug took us, for that level, took us to the next step. It was always a learning and a pleasure thing to work with them. I think we got the angle got drawn out a little bit long for whatever reasons, but that particular match it just seemed like the crowd there at the Showboat was really a good crowd. And they were really into that one. I mean, it was like, I think everybody thought that the Rockers or Midnight Rockers were going to win the belt that night. And then when the blood started coming, it started looking like, oh God, they're getting killed. You just feel the energy from the people. It was like something, it was something different. I mean, I experienced that later on in the career, but I think that was the first time I ever felt that during a match, the connection with the crowd where you just became a part of one whole thing. Instead of, there was no separation in the ring and as the people, it was just all one. If that makes any sense. I mean, I understand it, but I don't know if it makes sense.
What were some of the most important things that you learned from Summers and Rose?
To always have a lot of beer if you're going to be doing the powder, so that any kind of level was off. Oh, you mean in the ring? Oh, okay. All right. We quite a bit, man. They taught us how to progress a match with the intensity. How you start off with some spots, and I tell you, what I'm thinking of right now, Tully and Arm were the best at that. When we worked with them, the Brain Busters, but I'll stay right here for now. But they kind of initiated teaching that the progression of a match as far as the intensity, starting off with whatever comical, like Buddy would come out there with he weighs 217 and have a scale and get on it, but everybody would say he's 271 or whatever, and whatever his little things he'd do with the crowd. But then you take it into wrestling, then you take it into the next level. The heels get pissed off, we get a little more intense. Just the progression of a match, of the intensity of a match. I think we learned quite a bit there. Just how to work 20, 30-minute matches and not lose to people and not get redundant with what you're doing. A lot of locker room stuff from Buddy. I mean, he would tell you, but I mean, yeah, it was it was. I think we went around a year with them, and it was like even up to the end of the year, we were still learning a little something from them, because I think we finished off with cage matches, and I'd had a couple of cage matches prior to that. I think I had Bob Brown, maybe one other cage match my entire up to that point. And then we started going around with them with the cage matches, and they taught us, how to milk the crowds with with how, if it's the first one over the top or whatever it was, just how to milk the cage. I mean, it was always something we learned from them. Never stopped, even when we were done. I think it was all said and done, and we were done with them. Last match we had, we learned a little something.
Any of your what were like your favorite angles or matches from that whole program?
Man, they did some dirty shit to me and Shawn. They not Buddy and Doug, but the AWA, the guys, whoever. They did one thing where still haven't touched this car. That was almost 20 years ago. Damn, I'm getting old. They had a deal where Buddy and Doug supposedly jumped us in the parking lot because they didn't want us coming after their title thing, and they had told Shawn and I to go home, take a towel, and just scrub the skin off your face. Don't worry, it'll be scabbed for a day or two, and you'll be fine. So Shawn and I always trying to be the best we could, no matter what it was we were doing. So we just took the towel and just for about a half an hour rinsed on our damn faces, and I had this big, like size of a damn moon cricket scab right here. And Shawn, I think, got his eye over here. It wasn't something that went away in a few days, like they said. I mean, like I said, I think this little paintness right here is from that was 20 years ago. That I had a circle, looked like a birthmark for about 5 or 6 years. From that thing, it could be seen very well. And it was to be because they jumped us in the parking lot, to keep us coming after their belts. So we come to that TV taping, big scab here on me, and Shawn's got one big here. And they're like, we're not going to do that now. We changed our mind. I think that was them getting back at the Misfits a little bit. And some of the bitches, that was the experience that came over to the youth there. They got us with that one.
What are your memories of your feud against the new Midnight Express when they came in?
The new Midnight Express
was Randy Rose and Dennis Condrey.
They were good, man. It was fun. It was easy, fun. I'm trying to remember if we worked with the original. I think we did work with the original once or twice also, but they were both teams were very good.
Yeah,
it was easy. And they were, we learned from them. I mean, I can't tell you what particular aspect of this we learned or any particular one thing, but every time we worked with the guys like that, they were very experienced and were good. We learned a little something, even if it was how just to flow with each other or whatever. Just watch how they worked with each other. We'd see that, not necessarily what they do against us, but how they interacted amongst themselves as far as in the ring. And we were like, hey, yeah, that's what we should, So we always a little something from everybody.